While you sit there doing absolutely nothing, your body is answering questions nobody asked. Your feet are announcing where you'd rather be. Your smile is filing a report on whether it's real. Even your pupils are leaking your opinions. There are 12 signals your body sends all day long. You can't switch them off, and everyone around you is reading them without even knowing it. By the end of this video, you'll read them on purpose, starting with your own. Let's start with the fastest hello in the world. Noodle is at a party, and across the room a stranger looks vaguely familiar. Before Noodle can decide anything, his eyebrows jump up and down, all by themselves, in about a fifth of a second. The stranger's eyebrows jump right back. Great. Now the stranger is walking over, and Noodle has no idea who this is. His face signed a contract without him. Here's the thing. Humans everywhere greet each other with that tiny double eyebrow raise. Researchers filmed it in every culture they visited. It means, I see you, we're good. And it fires before you choose it. That's the eyebrow flash. Watch the next person who says hi to you. Eyebrows first, words second, and yours will answer on their own. You just did it. Next, why you can spot a fake smile from across a parking lot. Group photo time. The photographer says smile, and Noodle deploys his photo smile. The mouth stretches. Nothing else on his face moves. When the photo comes back, he looks like he's being held hostage by a birthday party. Now compare the photo where the cake showed up. Whole face folded, eyes squeezed into little lines. Here's why. A real smile runs on two sets of muscles. The mouth, which you control, and the ring around your eyes, which you mostly don't. Fake smiles rent the mouth. Real ones hire the whole face. A French scientist mapped this by zapping faces with electricity. Science was different back then. That's the Duchenne smile. Open your last group photo and count the mouth smiling alone. You just did it. Sometimes the truth leaks out in under half a second, and Noodle asked for it. New haircut. He turns to his friend. Be honest, how does it look? And for 1/4 of a second, the friend's face does pure horror. Eyebrows launch. Mouth falls open. Then the mask loads, and a big warm smile arrives. It looks great. Too late. Noodle saw the first frame. Here's what happened. When you feel something and try to hide it, the real expression often flashes first, for a fraction of a second, before the polite face gets loaded on top. Researchers slow down video to catch these flashes. With practice, people learn to spot them live. That's a micro-expression. Ask someone, be honest, about anything you made, and watch the first quarter second. Their face answers before their manners do. You just did it. The next leak has no off switch, because it's literally a hole in your eye. Noodle is at a restaurant, being very reasonable. Just a salad, please. No dessert. Then the dessert cart rolls past, and his pupils go from little dots to dinner plates. The waiter sees it. The waiter always sees it. Here's the wiring. Your pupils open up for light, but they also open for interest and excitement, and you cannot control it. In a classic study, people saw two nearly identical photos of the same face. In one, the pupils were bigger. People picked that one as friendlier and more attractive, and couldn't say why. It's also part of why candlelight feels romantic. Dark room, wide pupils. Suddenly everyone looks fascinated. That's pupil dilation. You can fake a smile. You cannot fake a pupil. You just did it, probably at a menu. Now, the invisible bubble you defend all day. Noodle waits at an empty bus stop. 10 meters of free bench. A stranger sits down directly next to him, shoulder to shoulder. Every cell in Noodle's body files a complaint. Nothing was said. Everything was said. Here's the system. You carry invisible rings. The closest one, about an arm's length, is for people you love. The next ring is for friends. Strangers belong outside that. When someone enters the wrong ring, your alarm goes off. It's also why packed elevators go silent. 12 strangers are standing in everyone's closest ring at once, so everybody deletes eye contact and studies the floor numbers like homework. That's proxemics. Watch yourself pick a seat on a half-empty train. Maximum distance from everyone. You did the math without numbers. You just did it. Your face is a trained liar. Your feet never got the memo. Noodle is at a party, telling a story with 17 chapters. His listener is doing everything right. Polite smile, nodding. Little wow sounds. But look down. Both of the listener's feet are pointed at the exit like compass needles. The upper body stayed at the party. The feet already left. Here's why. You've trained your face since childhood. Smile for grandma. Look interested at school. Nobody ever trained your feet, so they quietly aim at your next move before you announce it. Toward the door. Toward the buffet. Toward the person you actually want to talk to. Those little starts are called intention cues. In your next conversation, glance down. 2 feet pointing at you means keep going. And where are your feet aimed right now? You just did it. This next one turns you into a copy machine, and you will deny it. Noodle is having coffee with someone new. The friend leans back. Noodle leans back. The friend props an elbow on the table. So does Noodle. They lift their cups at the exact same second, and Noodle freezes mid-sip, staring at his own arm. Who's driving this thing? Here's the study. Researchers put put people in a room with a stranger who kept shaking a foot or touching their face. Within minutes, people copied it, and they had no idea. And when the stranger secretly copied them instead, people liked that stranger more and had no clue why. Copying is social glue. Your body speaks the other person's accent. That's the chameleon effect. Look at how you're sitting right now. Now look at the nearest person. You just did it. When your brain gets stressed, it sends your hands out for comfort. Noodle is in a meeting. The boss asks, "Who wants to present next?" Noodle says, totally relaxed, "I'm fine." Meanwhile, one hand is rubbing his neck and the other is strangling a pen. His mouth says fine. His hands are doing first aid. Under stress, your body soothes itself. Neck rubs, face touches, rubbing your palms on your legs. Tiny built-in massages that tell your nervous system, "We're okay, stand down." Babies suck their thumbs. Adults just upgraded to necks and pens. The words can lie all they want. The hands are busy telling the truth. Those are pacifying behaviors. Next deadline, count your own neck touches. You just did it this week, probably while saying the words "no stress." Your eyelids have opinions, and they are not subtle. Noodle pitches his big idea at work. What if the office had a slide instead of stairs? The boss doesn't say no. The boss just closes his eyes. One slow, 3-second blink, plus a little eye rub, like he's trying to unsend the sentence. Noodle writes down, "So that's a maybe. When we see something we don't like, we block it." Babies cover their whole face. Adults shrink it down. A longer blink, an eye rub, a hand parked over the eyes at bad news. The brain is trying to close the curtains. That's eye blocking. Show anyone your full vacation photo album and count the long blinks. And at your last scary movie, hand straight over the eyes, you just did it. Next, the moment your body turns into furniture. Office kitchen, the boss walks in holding the empty coffee pot. "Who drank the last cup and put this back?" Noodle is holding that exact coffee. He goes completely still, mid-sip, not blinking, barely breathing. Some ancient part of him is sure that if he doesn't move, he doesn't exist. Here's where that comes from. Your oldest alarm system runs in order. Freeze first, then run, then fight. Eyes are built to catch movement. So for millions of years, the animal that went still got skipped. Your body still runs that software. It just fires at awkward questions now. Get still, get small, get skipped. That's the freeze response. Someone says, "We need to talk," and you turn into a chair. You just did it. This next one you were born knowing. Literally. There's proof. Noodle wins rock, paper, scissors for the last parking spot, and his body goes full stadium. Arms shoot up in a giant V. Chest out, chin up, alone, in a parking garage. Nobody taught him that. Here's the proof part. Athletes everywhere strike the same victory pose. So researchers wondered, is it copied from TV? They studied judo athletes at the Paralympics who had been blind since birth. Athletes who had never seen a single celebration in their lives. And at the moment of victory, same thing. Arms up in a V, chest out, chin lifted. It's not copied. It comes pre-installed. Losing is pre-installed too. Shoulders drop, head down, and the whole body tries to take up less room. That's the pride display. Your last video game win? Arms up, alone on a couch? You just did it. The last one is the rule that makes the other 11 work. Noodle is on a date, and it's going great. Then she crosses her arms. Noodle's brain hits the alarm. She hates me. He checks his reflection in a spoon. He starts drafting an apology. He briefly considers moving to another city. Meanwhile, the air conditioning vent is pointed directly at her. She's cold. She's also leaning in, feet pointed at him, smiling with her whole face. Noodle read one signal and wrote a tragedy. Here's the rule. A single signal has 100 possible meanings. Crossed arms can mean angry, cold, comfortable, or no pockets. Real reading means clusters, several signals agreeing at once, plus a change from how the person normally sits. One signal is a letter. A cluster is a sentence. That's gesture clusters. The last time you decided somebody hated you off one crossed arm, you just did it. So, 12 signals, and your body sent at least 3 of them while you watched this. That's fine. You can't switch them off, but now you can read them, on yourself and on everyone else. Next week, we move from bodies to words, because the moment an argument starts, people reach for tricks that sound like logic but aren't. Every logical fallacy that wins arguments, explained. Subscribe so you don't miss it, and tell me in the comments which one got you. Be honest. Use your noodle. See you in the next one.